So this one, I'm just gonna pop up real quick. So you look at it, pause it if you need to look at it. But basically, this is a drawing I have corresponding with this one. But we had an idea for the commemorative tribute for fallen soldiers. This one, I'm just gonna go ahead and read it and then I'll cover it as we go. So this one is I'm looking to create a special section or type of seats that are blocked off to audience members. These seats are designated to commemorate soldiers or veterans who are lost and who have been lost and do not have the privilege of being with us today. They made the ultimate sacrifice so that we may share the luxury of enjoying the experiences that they are no longer able to. The names of deceased soldiers can be displayed over each of the seats. It can be engraved. If we collaborate with certain other stadiums and arenas and large venues to devote one to each soldier. So if they agree to it, we can work with them. And if they want to make it more permanent, we can have it engraved. If not, then we can do something else. Have a plaque or some sign over it, something different. We could print paper, cardboard signs. That'd be like the bare minimum, cheapest version. We could have little metal plaques as well. These can be switched out to allow for more opportunities for more soldiers to be recognized and remembered. So when this is initially launched, not all stadiums are going to be doing it, probably going to be starting off small. So when we first get started, probably going to have a system where we can rotate different names out of them. And then once we expand and develop seats that would be more permanent and work out deals with different stadiums to allow for the implementation of different of those more permanent seats with the engravings. What was I saying? Basically, then we could have more of those seats that are permanent. But until then, we might need to have something where we can switch out different names just to basically get the idea going and kind of get it started and get it off the ground. VR or virtual reality. Oh, so different versions of them. So here, virtual reality, if we can get to a point where digitally rendered or interactive images are available to all or most viewers watching via streaming, TV, or VR glasses or goggles. So they could be in the stadium with the VR glasses, goggles, they'd be able to see the holograms of the people on the seats, of the veterans or soldiers on the seats. So if they're also watching on TV or through a monitor somewhere, the uh, digital 3D likeness of the soldier will be transposed onto the seat. And we obviously work with, we do this, try to do it ethically where if family members or whoever's doing it doesn't want the images shown for whatever reason, we can go ahead and not do that. But we can also, I think this is a great way to just be able to remember them a little bit more and give people, let people see what they actually look like to remember them better. But I understand this. I mean, certain people want privacy. Certain people don't want to have to be reminded of things. I don't know. Some people might go so far as to want to do the plaque and want to do this, but at the same time not want to see the likeness or something. I mean, I'm just trying to take into consideration all kinds of people and like where they might be coming from. But I think a really good idea would be able to have that 3D likeness digitally transposed onto the seat if people are watching via streaming or TV or through a monitor or VR goggles. And they would basically see like that 3D holographic image of the person like waving around, maybe not like doing much, but just like smile, wave, and basically take old photos that they might have had and use those and have AI basically create a 3D likeness of that person. Again, like we might have people that don't want like too much personality being put into the AI or the 3D, the holograms, just because like we're like, oh, that person would never do that, or like we don't want to deviate too much from that person's personality. And like this is getting really into like some intricate details. but at the same time, like I think it's something to consider. Just basically have them sitting there smiling, enjoying the game, clapping, or not really doing anything like too eccentric or weird or anything like that. Just basically, I don't know. So I guess you could leave that up to the family member's choice, but at the same time, they might not be completely aware of how the person themselves may have really wanted things to go about. Uh, okay. So yeah, there's that idea. So people watching through like TV or something, they can see the digitally rendered 3D image or hologram of that person in that seat. So that'd be kind of cool to be able to have people get a more real feel, a visual sense of what that person looked like to remember them. Each individual seat represents a given number of soldiers who have passed away too early. For example, the scale used to calculate the proper ratio of seats to soldiers can be something like 1 seat per 1,000 soldiers. Again, this at first will likely be something that's used just because if we're starting off small, we'll have like say 1 seat represent, I don't know, 1,000 or 1,000,000 soldiers. But like say if we expand into more stadiums, we'll have more seats, and so each seat can commemorate maybe like less and less soldiers. Like you'll have 1 seat represents 100 versus once we get to a point where we're in like all stadiums, we could basically it'd be like a 1-to-1 ratio, have 1 seat per soldier. So that would be ideal where we eventually get to that point. But as we're starting off, we might need to have a ratio that represents 1 seat per so many soldiers that we have lost. Seats should be designed by artists, or professional artists, or amateur artists. We could have competitions, and people submit their designs. Because I think each seat should be uniquely designed. So, like, um, each seat should be unique, ideally according to like the soldier. But I mean, just mostly for the most part, right now, like unique in the sense of just general design and aesthetic. Should be elaborately decorated with beautiful textures and patterns. Every seat should be unique. No 2 seats are identical. Seats are equipped with lights to accentuate and highlight the display of the seat. Or you can put those under or surround it. Other groups can also be represented by some seats. These could be different kinds of seats, different colors, different patterns of seats, just different type of seat, but similar deal, but different appearance or look or feel. Some of these groups, other groups that could be represented, include children, people we've lost due to STDs or cancer, people we've lost due to diabetes, and then these different focuses on these groups could switch seasonally or monthly. So we could have one permanent for soldiers all the time, and then another one for so soldiers like policemen, firefighters, like frontline emergency responders, and then another one for other people that we've lost, and that one will switch seasonally or monthly, and that would kind of rotate through like different like forms of cancer awareness, different awareness for different diseases or viruses, and just other things like drunk driving or car accidents or people we've lost, children we've lost, and just different things we've lost because of things that could and should be preventable, or things that people that we've lost in the pursuit of just building a better world for everybody. Yeah. So we'll include other groups as well, but those are the ones that I was able to think of at the moment. So I made a note here, need to contact teams and venues to be able to kind of work out deals, collaborate with them to see how maybe if they have any ideas or if they are willing to implement this idea, how we go about it. And contact various artists too to get different designs. So I need to get a wide variety of options to choose from. And then on the seats or just as they're being advertised or something, or maybe just based on the pattern, we could have the seats delineated with certain patterns that represent soldier dying through self-inflicted suicide, PTSD, the afterwards, or whether during action they were killed in action, or MIA, missing action. Contemporarily or in modern days, so nowadays you kind of go to a baseball game, and at a certain point during the game, the events or announcers often ask veterans to stand up and others to applaud and clap for them, and to be able to acknowledge them. I'm saying, how about something more meaningful for those who are gone? And so you can still do that, but also I think on top of that, be able to have something that people can visually see for veterans and soldiers that we lost. There is that one. Maybe see if we can work with the D-backs or some baseball, football, basketball team. I don't know, somebody. I feel like all of them can do it. Many of them and all of them can do it. Let's get them in there.